December 28, 1908, 5:20 a.m. While the historic coastal cities of Messina and Reggio Calabria sleep in absolute darkness, a sudden, catastrophic shift deep beneath the seafloor shatters the silence of dawn. In a brutal, 30-second convulsion, a massive 7.1 magnitude earthquake violently tears the earth apart, causing over 90% of the buildings to instantly pancake, leaving entire populations trapped beneath stone walls. This is the harrowing account of Europe's deadliest natural disaster, the hidden tidal wave that followed, and the complete destruction of an ancient coastline. This is the 1908 Messina earthquake. The timing could not have been more tragic. The earthquake strikes right in the dead of winter, during Christmas week. The streets are completely empty, and over 150,000 residents are asleep inside vulnerable, unreinforced brick homes. Deep inside the Messina Strait, the normal fault system slips under immense tectonic pressure. The energy released is equivalent to millions of tons of TNT, sending a series of vertical shockwaves straight into the city foundations. Because many of Messina's grandest buildings feature heavy stone facades built on top of weak mortar, they possess zero seismic resilience. The heavy roofs instantly cave in on the lower floors. The buildings didn't just break, they pulverized, turning homes into instant death traps. As the dust settles over a flattened city, severed gas lines ignite across the ruins. Thousands of survivors remain pinned beneath tons of heavy masonry, watching helplessly as small fires begin to merge, threatening to engulf the entire harbor front with a secondary nightmare. 10 minutes after the shaking stops, the survivors, clawing their way out of the rubble, look toward the Mediterranean. The sea suddenly drags backwards away from the docks, draining the harbor basin and plunging the entire coastline into a terrifying, unnatural silence. Without warning, the displaced water roars back in a series of 3 massive tsunami waves. A wall of black water slams directly into the harbor front, instantly sweeping away thousands of dazed survivors and crushing the remaining seaside structures under a surge over 12 meters high. The underwater displacement is so violent it instantly snaps the deep-sea submarine telegraph cables resting at the bottom of the strait. Every communication link between Sicily and the mainland is severed in a single second, completely cutting it off from the world. On the mainland, Italian government officials try to contact the south, but find only dead silence. It is as if an entire region has vanished. Ships passing through the night stare toward the Sicilian coast, but where a bright, historic city should be, there is only an ink-black void. No signals are returned. At sunrise, warships from the Russian Imperial Navy anchor in the strait. As they cut through the thick morning fog and flash their searchlights ashore, the crew gasps at the horizon. The entire city of Messina is flat, and what was once a booming cultural harbor had just become an active graveyard. Before Italian authorities can even reach the island, Russian and British sailors scale the smoking mountains of rubble, digging with their bare hands to pull thousands of screaming survivors from the ruins. Amidst the horrors of the collapse, an unprecedented alliance forms, launching one of history's first global relief missions. But the scale of death quickly overwhelms the rescuers. Freezing winter rain speeds up the onset of hypothermia for those trapped, and disease begins to spread through the ruins. In the end, the combined forces of the quake, the fires, and the wave claim over 100,000 lives. For months, Messina remains a ghost town, afraid of lingering tremors and collapsing walls. More than half of the surviving population permanently flees to the Italian mainland or boards ships bound for America, leaving their ancient homeland behind as an empty, sun-bleached ruin. But Italy refuses to let the strait die. In 1909, the government enlists a committee of engineers to completely reinvent European construction. For the first time in history, a legal mandate forces all new buildings to be strictly limited in height and built around heavily reinforced concrete frameworks. Out of the absolute annihilation of 1908, Messina birthed the blueprints of modern earthquake engineering. The tragedy carved a permanent scar into the history of Europe, proving that while humanity cannot stop the shifting of the earth, it can build a shield to survive it.